I like it. Oh, Mr. Gary, I think it's recording.
Yeah, you guys are streaming now. You guys are good.
Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Junior here. Professor Kristina. We have Tim, Mr. Gary. Appreciate everybody that is watching this now or is going to watch later. We're going to keep going with open guard passes. We're going to cover simple passes today, just two variations of Toreando. Passes that I think everybody should know, from white to black. You know, it's very common pass. And that's it. If there's no questions to be asked, we're just gonna start. I'll start first, and then it's gonna go. Yeah. All right. As I said before, Toreando is definitely one of. I'll show different.
I know, but do you need closer?
A little closer. That's good. Yeah, Toreando pass is definitely one of my favorite passes. As we often are in front of the people that is doing open guard. So it's pretty easy to use as you learn, as you drill it more. It can be a very, very useful pass for you to add to your game, right? Usually when I do my Toreando, I like to grip either on the pen legs or the outside. A lot of people grip on the inside. People will have different grips for this pass. I can't hear you, Mr. Gary. I can't hear you. You're just talking and I only see your mouth moving. Is it talking to us?
I don't know.
Are you talking to? He might not be talking to. All right, sorry guys. Going back to Toreando pass. Hey Stephanie. So we're covering open guard passes and I'm doing a Toreando. Most of you guys should have seen it before. So I make my grips from the outside or the bottom of the legs, right? And I'm gonna push the legs to the person a little bit, all right? And the person will pretty much react. See, when you push, people wanna pull, or when you pull, people wanna. There's always the push and pull reaction, all right? So when I push, people react. I'll just bring the legs to the side and move myself, right? So here, once they react, because they wanna kick back. Right? They don't want, nobody wants their legs on their chest. So they kick back, you use it to bring it to the side, right? So again, boom, boom. Pass, bring my shoulder if I can. Professor Kristina, here. You need to keep the grips because people will start reacting. You want to keep the grips because now you make sure your feet are alive so you can so you can follow the person. Switch the grip. Side control. Sorry. Go under the armpit. Bring the person forward. Go. One more time.
No, I think they got it.
Just one more time and you go to yours. All right, guys, one more time. Here, I'm not going to bring my shoulder anymore. So here.
You can show the drill too.
Boom. Look. Push. Pass. Down. Switch. Side control. All right. Can we do this? Here, right? I'm gonna push, right? So here, push, move, boom. Here, all right? One last time, and then I'll show the drill, and then Professor Kristina will go. One last time. Push. If you want to not just work on the technique itself, but you want to get better with the speed and the movement with the technique, there's a drill for it. You will have the same grips, and this time you're going to jump to the side. 1, see, 2. And when I'm jumping, I'm bringing the legs too. So I'm doing this. Like you're skiing.
Like a bullfighter.
Yeah, or like a bullfighter. Yeah, I thought that using skiing for Americans is much better because they can relate. When I say skiing, people are like, oh yeah.
I've never skated, but
I know, but Americans know what skiing is. And then you say bullfighter, they're like, what? Some people don't watch bullfight. Have you ever watched bullfight on TV?
I know what it is.
Yeah, but I bet you the skiing is more is closer to what you know. All right, cool. So here, and you got it. All right. Thank you, guys. If you need to rewatch the technique, it will be on the video. Mr. Gary will post it on Facebook and Zoom, so you'll be able to see my variation of the Toriano. Professor's gonna go. Thank you, guys.
Hey,
So-
Junior. Sorry, I have a quick question about that, real quick, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So for the shoulder placement, are you aiming anywhere particular, like sternum, solar plexus, for when you're putting your shoulder down?
Or
Somewhere
this
on the
general
ribs.
area.
Yeah. So if you land on the belly right here in the middle, that's good, because as long as the person feels your weight, that's good. You know.
Okay.
We want to make sure that the shoulder doesn't drop off of the body.
Exactly.
So if it's too shallow, it'll come off.
They come off.
And then they'll have space to bring a leg back in. So you kind of want to try to land with your shoulder where it lands somewhere in an area where it won't come off, because they're going to be trying to turn onto their side, and you're going to be using that shoulder to apply pressure, keep them in place, and to follow them as well.
Yep.
Okay.
One more tip. It's your toes when you pass. A lot of people do this. My feet, my toes are here, so I can move. Not like this.
Yeah. If you
Right.
try doing this on your knees,
On your knees,
you won't be able to do it.
you won't be able to do it.
To make sure that you have pressure on your toes.
Same exact thing when you're on side control. Like if professor's on side control me, if professor has side control me, she'll do the same. So that it can see it.
So you see, like I'm on side control. I'm always on my toes right here. Because if I flat foot here, if he pushes on me, I can't follow on my toes, even though my knees are on the mat. If he pushes, look how I can follow. So it's that same idea, right? You just want to make sure you have that constant contact. If not your shoulder, if something in your chest here. Sometimes it'll be like this part of your body that lands on them. You just want to make sure that's not going to fall off of them. You can stay connected.
Okay. And then for the drill, sorry, I got one more question.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the drill, you're showing it with a partner. Should we just, like, if we're gonna do it here, try it with a chair or something?
Yeah, you can do it by yourself. Yeah, you can. It's the movement.
How I like doing it when I don't have a partner is if you could, if you have something in front of you, like any item in front of you, and just think that that's always going to be centered in between your legs. When you go to one side, one foot will be in front of that item, and then when you come back to the side, that makes sense. Like a ball, right? So you can see where the ball is. Hopefully it stays. Right. If I think that this is centered and I'm squatting here, so when I'm going to go off to one side, I'm here. Look how it's off to one side, and I can go through. So it's almost like doing some sort of squat drill.
And if you emulate the hands, that would be better for you too. Yeah. Because you will remember, and the drill is not just for the technique. As I said, it is very good drill for the speed, cardio. If you trained with us, you have done it. If you train competition training, we usually use that drill a lot at the end of the training to push you a little bit more than you have done during the day, just to give you a little bit more cardio and to keep the position in your mind. So just move on.
It's also good to help you with top balance.
Yeah.
When you're on top, so you have stronger base, and like learning how to like really bend your legs and sit in that squat as opposed to just trying to bend down from your back, which isn't as strong.
Can we move on? All right.
All right, so a little opposite, I'll say opposite. Still on the same topic of Toriano. I also like to grab the base of the pant, right, pant grip, and I actually want to try and bring the feet to the mat if I can. Right? Yeah, I'll just show first. I want to show the drill first, because if you understand the drill, then actually the pass is really, really easy, because you can do the drill. And the actual pass, I mean, you can get the pass off of the drill, but the actual pass I want to show you is going to be when they're reacting, right? Because if I try passing one way, they're going to react, and then I can pass the other. So same concept that I want to have pant grip here, right? Now, instead of I push, and when I pull, right, I'm trying to get here, I actually want to be able to drop my knee. And so this will be, right? So if you can kind of understand how that movement goes, it's a little harder to practice by yourself, but a really good concept here. If you understand how to do that, like dropping, so I'm dropping my knee right away. This is so that I can stiff arm, drive with my toes, and I can also cut off for the actual pass. The thing is, the moment that I try and push his feet down, he's going to try and pull his knees into his chest, right? With juniors, Toriando, the moment that you push, right, the moment that you push the knees into the chest, they push back, which gives you the opportunity to whip the legs to the side. In mine, when I try to pull the legs down, the pass to one side, he pulls the legs in, so I can go to the other, right? It's kind of hard to show it in slow-mo because it's one of those where you have to feel it, right? The moment I do this, he's already starting to pull, and I can already go. That makes sense? I push because I want to go this way. He pulls, I bring it to the other side. Right? And this in itself is also a drill. So I'm here. I want to go for the first one, which means I push his legs down to the ground, right? So I can drop my knee, and I can drop my shoulder. But the moment that I try to push his feet, he reads yes. And that makes it very easy for me to go the other way. So I have to use them together. Right. If I want to go for the first one, ooh, he reacts. Right. And you even use your hands too. Right? Like you try to frame me on this side. So notice I can't just whip his legs to the side. I have to do another extra push. So in slow-mo, which is really hard to do, I try to push his legs down so I can drop my knee, right? He's doing this. That makes I can bring the knees into him again, and now he spins. And again, look how every single time I'm dropping onto my knee, so I can drop my shoulder. And then from here, notice again, I'm on my toes so I can drive. So you can use all three of our passes together, which is really, really great. You can mix and match them because they're all just different versions of the same pass.
Huh? Tim is like super serious here. He's like, okay, I see. He's like,
yeah.
Go ahead, Tim. Give us some feedback.
This is class. We gotta pay attention. So.
Yeah, that's why I like him. He's always super serious in class. He always gets the drills.
Yeah.
Always has questions, so that's really good.
So with both of our passes, yes, I mean, definitely if you can have access to a partner, this is great. But more than anything, the drills, which you can do without a partner, especially with the side to side, and even learning how to like drop. Like this is all movement drills that you can do without a partner, which if you have really good movement, it can translate to you having good jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's also, I think, wanted to put it out there. There's also two types of drops where you aim. If you see professors, her drop will pretty much take away most of my hips and lower. Like when she drops, when professor passes, right? She will pretty much see, Tim, you were asking professor like, oh, where do I land? And see, she's right on my hips. That's a good place to land too, or like my belly, pretty much, right? Because I will have to struggle to push still. Like I have to push and she's still there. Like, see, there's a pass. If she moves the other side, same thing. She moved. Now she's more on my chest. So, but it doesn't really matter because she still has a lot of pressure. All right. So I just wanted to put it out there. As long as you get the pass, I think when we are fighting, you want to land where you want to pin the person, but depending on how the person on the bottom moves, you might land on the hip, you might put more pressure on the hip or the belly or the chest. But you gotta just keep going with the pass, keep putting the pressure forward so that they give up the fight and you get to stabilize the position.
Yeah, which is also going back to what Junior was saying earlier, which is the importance of making sure that you maintain your grips on the pant.
Yeah.
Because for as long as you have the grip on the pant, it makes it extremely hard for them to keep escaping their hips. Yeah. They can only escape their hips, but they cannot recover their legs. That makes sense. When you have the grip of the pant, were you doing a stiff arm?
Yeah.
Both of us are using a stiff arm. So when our arm is stiff, that means that their leg is stiff as well, right? In order for them to be able to recover their guard, they would need to bring their knees back in, right? At least the minimum of the knee. If they couldn't get the foot in, that's fine. But the very minimum, right? If he were to pass and he let go of this one too soon, my knee will come in right away. Only thing that's going to prevent me from doing that is him maintaining that stiff arm, right? In which case, I can't turn as much. He has his weight here, right? I could try and turn towards him, but if I turn towards him, I actually just give him the pass, right? So that wherever he puts the pressure, it kind of dictates where I'm allowed to turn. Because it's on this side, I can't turn. I can't turn. I can't. Yeah, right. So if his weight here, it's impossible for me to turn that way. He'll still follow me. The only way I can turn is where he's putting the pressure. But if I do that, and I can't bring my legs in, he's just gonna bring his knee in front of my hip, and he's gonna get the pass. So really important that you hold on to the pant legs as long as you can with that stiff arm, to give yourself the time for your legs to block the hip to prevent the knee from coming in. Once that knee is blocking the hip or your leg or whatever is blocking the hip, then you can let go of the arm that is closest to the leg that's closest to you, right? So if you just lay down inside here, right? And I'm controlling his pant legs, right? Towards me. Which pant leg am I gonna let go first? This one or this one? It's gonna be this one. Because this is the knee that I want to block, right? Since I block his hip with my leg here, I can now let go. Because even if you brought that in, my knee is blocking this from coming in. So I can let go and I can hug the head and I can keep that. So if he tries turning into me, I can still follow. And my leg can also keep beating his hip. So really important that you don't let go the other way around. If I let go this way, he's gonna be able to move his hip out really easly.
And that knee is gonna come. Knee shield, yeah. And this is the knee shield that you really need to stop the pressure from coming. And then you start bringing your leg over.
But because I'm holding this one and I let go of the closer one, he can't hip escape as easily because I can follow him. Make sense?
Yeah. Stephanie, are you there? Stephanie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Oh, she's there. Cool. Do you have any questions?
Not with this one. I'll try the drill in the park. I liked your
all right, cool.
I like the double arm video.
And you, Tim, Jace, everybody, you guys have the opportunity to write down on those comments because I go back to it on Facebook, or you can text me on Facebook or Instagram, wherever you want to contact me, or my number or whatever. I'll go over with Professor Kristina on the positions that we showed. You just tell us. We have maybe a question over this or something, you know, and then we'll do it again or anything.
And we are going through curriculum, but if you have any questions like aside, like we have time to show like an extra, like someone had a question about a certain position, whatever. Then feel free to put that along as well. We can like give like a bonus move that's outside.
Especially because we are pretty much like we are doing this for all the students, but I think it's a bonus for the students like you and Tim that actually take the time or have the time to be like online on the class. So you get to ask the question right then and then, and we get to show it right now, you know? So we appreciate that. I hope you guys are enjoying it. everybody stays safe.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen Toriando in the Nogi application, but how would Professor Kristina's technique apply as well or either one for like a Nogi application?
Nogi.
Especially the way that I like doing it, but you have to.
Yeah, I think on I do use it, but it's very hard.
Yeah, it's really
because you
hard.
gotta,
it's
sort
hard.
of on the knee, and the person has a lot of movement. In this case, you can grab on the ankle too.
I can hold on. I can base my palms on the shin here, and I can
Exactly.
go. But the thing is that their knee's in the way, so
It's easier.
it's kind of like I have to switch to this. I can't stay both here. Like it's almost better to do a single under type pass where you're pushing in here.
Either the single under you can show, or the single under, or my personal favorite, I like to place my hand. If it's no-gi, I like to place my hand on the home.
Yeah.
Here. And then if I need to pass, it's here. Or if I need to move, it's here. So I like to, my hand is always on the hip because I need to put my weight on the person.
I'm either on the shin, the knee, or the hip. Same thing. It really just depends on how the person's playing. If they're playing square.
I like hips and ankles.
Yeah. If they're playing square, I can start here. But the moment that they start picking a side, that's when I start switching to the hip or something like that. And then it's again, you could go passing here, passing here, right? Your double under, single under, right? These are all applicable. So your Toriando is going to be really, really hard to do since you don't have the grip here, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
You can always like, even using the push back as a way to, like, when I'm doing this, maybe push back doing that way, or even when I pull and then they start, I can go to another side.
But it's no-gi, so it's always a scramble. It's very uncertain thing. No-gi is more uncertain than gi. In a gi, you get the grip, so you have more. You have an easier way to control people. With no-gi, you gotta be a little more relentless in terms of knowing that if I go for a pass, it's not 100% chance that you will work right away. You gotta keep pushing until they stay there.
And if you remember your question about pressure passing is the type of passing that's going to be the most successful in no-gi. Yeah, because closing the distance is one of the hardest things to do in no-gi, but once you do, you want to be able to control that pace, and pressure passing is one of the best ways to do it. Since you don't have the
speed, people will get, especially if it's with small people that are flexible, and it's just like when we're in the gym and everybody's sweating, how it becomes even harder. First, second row, it's okay. Third row, it becomes harder and harder and harder because now everybody's sweating. Sometimes it makes grip, it just goes away. People literally just pull their arms or legs and they're out. So you gotta have that in mind. Good questions, Tim. No, I mean, it's good. He's having good questions as always. I really do miss them right now. Like, this is nice, but at the same time, it makes me miss teaching and training. And probably the first time I'm saying that I miss training that much. I think maybe because I
miss my teammates more than I miss the training. Like, I miss training with my teammates. I don't necessarily miss training.
I miss just seeing the gym with people, and there's a lot of noise and kids running, and I have a headache, and So guys, if you guys don't have any more questions, you need to go back. You can watch this again. We really truly appreciate your time. We'll see you guys on Tuesday, same time.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, I got one more question.
Oh,
It's not related to the stuff you were just showing, but just in general for the curriculum. Do you guys do any self-defense stuff?
Me and Ms. Gary, we have a self-defense curriculum, and we're about to implement it like on the gym. It will be like twice a month, classes twice a month. And I don't know if people are like, people are willing to do to show. I think we would have to wait until you guys all come back, because for self-defense, I think people have to experience it. People definitely need to have a hold of the hand, or it would be more practical.
jury, like I'm not sure how they have the curriculum set up here since I'm just guest teaching. But with the curriculum over at HQ over at Kateha, which is where I train, we have two dedicated classes a week for not necessarily self-defense, just jujitsu, but the basics of jujitsu, which also includes self-defense. All the other fundamentals classes that we have are all based on the curriculum. So we have the fundamentals 1 and fundamentals 2. I'd say the vast majority of our classes are the fundamentals 2, with the exception of those 2 fundamentals 1 class, which just covers the self-defense and basic movement aspect of jiu-jitsu. So it should, definitely Junior has already talked to me about like opinions on self-defense.
Even the curriculum, I go through the curriculum. Like when I make the curriculum for the school, I don't just go off of what, I want to teach this, I go through black belts, like Professor Kristina, Professor Taiji also, puts a lot of input on it. Professor Gary, of course, guys like Max Jimenez, most of the black belt side I know, I will go to them for help, I want to make the best possible curriculum for the students in the school, either if you're focusing on competition or just training as a hobby, or even just training hard, even if you're not going to compete, but I want you to be as tough as you possibly can be, when you're training somebody.
And oftentimes, at least when I'm teaching, and I know a lot of other instructors do this too, oftentimes, even when I'm teaching anything in jiu-jitsu or if I'm teaching anything from the curriculum, I always include the information that pertains to self-defense. You're like, okay, in a self-defense situation, you would do X, Y, Z. Like you wouldn't try to go for this, you would end up, doing something else. So I always try my best to include the self-defense aspect into whatever it is I'm teaching, because even if it is a sport jiu-jitsu move or just like a regular martial art move, but since Brazilian jiu-jitsu in itself was already created for self-defense, for the most part, everything that we show, everything that we do is applicable to self-defense. Everything that we do in jiu-jitsu, even if you never took a self-defense class in your life, you can apply what we do, except for like point stuff, which is like, oh, that was 2 points, you're not going to get to street fight, be like, hey, that was an advantage, penalty, you can DQ, you can't do that, you can't, eye gouge, whatever, so the realistic version of that, like, whereas in the street, we can, throw a strike, right? If I mount someone on the streets, I'm not going to leave mount at all, I'm not going to be like, oh, now's the time to go for an arm bar, like, no, I'm just going to maintain position until help comes along, and so don't think that just because what we're showing is curriculum, don't think that you can't use it in self-defense. It all is applicable, but I guess we could always include when we're teaching it, this is when you can apply it in self-defense scenario.
And one last thing, it's you can always, in the class, I think it's also, I have told the students this, I don't get annoyed if people keep going like, okay, what do you do here? If it's not I would say if you're not doing it as a joke, I will do my best to say, oh, here, I think you could do this and this and this. And if I don't know, I'll tell you, give me until tomorrow or 2 days. I'll go consult it, I'll go train it, and I'll come back and I'll show you. You're always okay. The same questions that you ask, oh, how do you do the position here? You're able to say, oh, what if the guy in the street does this to me? And I'll tell you, no, in this case, you're not going to do this. You're just going to kick the leg, get up, run, or protect you in this way, You can always use your questions for self-defense in the middle of the class already. And we should already be able to cover your doubts, That's pretty much it.
I'm pulling guard in the streets.
Yeah, I'll pull guard too. I'm not I'll definitely.
If I pull guard, someone's going to be like, what the
yeah, they'll be like,
they'll probably back away. Maybe they'll work better. I'll just pull guard on everybody. They'll be like, dude, she's crazy. Back away.
Yeah. All right, guys. You guys have a great weekend.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Safe.
Have a good weekend.
Stephanie, Tim, stay safe, you guys. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.
All right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you guys.
Thank you.
Have a good Thursday. Bye.